The ancient Greek diet was one of the key factors to the success of their athletes, and you can use it to increase your athletic performance and health. Greek athletes are recorded displaying incredible feats such as Milo of Croton, who won 5 consecutive Olympic Games in wrestling, or Theogenes of Thassos, who won over 1,400 boxing matches. And you would never catch these competitors at a fast food restaurant. Since they lived in Greece, they ate from a Mediterranean diet, which involves bread, olives, meat, cheese, and other dairy products, vegetables, and more. Most of what we know about the ancient Greek diet comes from physicians such as Galen and Hippocrates. The diets of these athletes centered around low glycemic foods such as complex carbohydrates that take longer to digest and will give the athletes more energy over a longer period of time compared to simple carbs like sugar, which will give you a bigger increase in energy over a shorter period of time, but you also can have a crash. This helps athletes perform better in sports, and it can also help you if you eat complex carbs around 2 to 3 hours before you lift in the gym. Greek competitors ate a lot of carbs since bread was one of the main sources of food in ancient Greece. The Greeks also ate a lot of healthy fats, which are unsaturated fats like olive oil, nuts, seeds, and more, which are calorically dense and great for bulking. The Greek athletes loved olive oil so much that they would rub it on themselves before competing. Saturated fats, like anything fried, are bound to negatively affect your health though. Following the advice of Hippocrates, the athletes ate a moderate amount of meat to get their protein, but it was quite expensive unless you lived in the countryside, but most sports were held in cities. When they did consume meat, it was usually the fatty parts, which go back to the low glycemic foods I talked about earlier. There were a lot of droughts in ancient Greece, and this stopped crops from like wheat and barley to stop producing food, so the Greeks looked to the ocean so that they didn't starve. So they started to eat a lot of fish and other seafood. Seafood is good for your health in a variety of ways, such as the omega-3 fatty acids it contains, and a lot of people can be deficient in them. Vegetables are common in almost every social class in ancient Greece, and they would add them to other dishes or just make salads with them. Some of the vegetables they ate were garlic, lettuce, cabbage, artichoke, peas, and a lot more. When the Greek people had access to it, they drank a lot of milk, specifically goat's milk, and they would also use sheep and goat's milk to make it into cheeses like cottage cheese or feta cheese, which contain a lot of protein, calcium, and zinc. You can click here or here for another video on ancient Greece. Go ahead.